book lovers, it's G here, and I'm here today with double the monthly unboxing. So you might be wondering, G, why are you dressed up spooky? It's October 1st today, and I decided that I wanted to go into the office with these vibes. I mean, yes, I know that I'm gonna be the one that stands out like a sore thumb, but like, I mean, I don't care. This monthly unboxing's a little bit complicated, and I hate to say that it is kind of complicated because of the delays from Bookish and Spice. Like, I love Bookish and Spice, and I love including them in these videos, but I mean, I don't even delay my monthly unboxings for my Bookish Box special editions, or even my bi-monthly Arcane Society subscription. So I've decided that I'm finally getting around to posting my August unboxings, those being FairyLoot YA and FairyLoot Adult of that month. And with, what was it? September! Oh my goodness. Yeah, September's a thing of the past as of today, as I'm filming this. I am also filming this the day I'm meant to be going to Melbourne as well. I meant to say the day before I go to Melbourne. Yeah, I was in a real rush. So that's why I'm in a little bit of a rush, as well as, you know, having to get to work. Anyway, I did not technically skip September Adult FairyLoot, I traded it. But in terms of the subscription book picks that I am keeping, FairyLoot YA and FairyLoot Romantasy. So we're gonna have two FairyLoot YAs in this video, one FairyLoot Adult Fantasy from one month, and then a FairyLoot Romantasy from another. So in a moment, you'll go to Past G, who filmed the first part of the unboxing, the August part of the unboxing in a segment, and then you'll come back to me, the October 1st G, to unbox the September boxes. Before we proceed with this video today, be sure to hit the subscribe button if you would like to see more content like this. According to my YouTube analytics, a lot of you guys who watch me aren't subscribed. But if you are and you're looking for additional ways to help me out, you can follow me on my currently listed social media platforms, Instagram and TikTok at author Gianna Jones, maybe Facebook to come soon. And finally, if you are looking for an additional way to support me and my author career, down in the description below, I have listed a GoFundMe link that contributes to my author fund. All proceeds donated to this author fund will be documented here on my channel, and anyone who contributes by donating to this author fund publicly on GoFundMe will be included in the acknowledgement section of any work this fund touches. I seriously and truly appreciate all the support that I've been given so far. These are additional ways to support me if you would like to. But anyway, without further ado, let's proceed with the video. I keep on telling myself that I have got to unsubscribe to FairyLoot YA, but then every single time FairyLoot YA teases these days, I am so intrigued. I swear, FairyLoot are trying to keep me subscribed. I personally told myself that I was going to unsubscribe when they finished the Tarot set. They have finished the Tarot set. I know I have to do it to save money at some point. However, for some reason, it's just too much of a comfort zone for me. It's got to happen soon though. It has got to happen soon. So enjoy these FairyLoot YA unboxings while they're still happening. I see a few items in here that I usually like, so I am excited about this one. Okay, Behind the Veil is the theme for this month, and this theme card looks really cool. I'm excited about this, really am. Especially because I like this item that caught my attention almost immediately. I love bookends, and this bookend set looks really cool. Maybe I could do this. Oh, there we go. That worked. Yeah, just pull them apart. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. It's giving a very beautiful gothic aesthetic, and I'm digging it. A big reason why I did renew for this box is because the book pick of the month does give a gothic aesthetic based on the covers, so I decided why not. I think that these bookends were inspired by, yes, they were inspired by the book pick of the month. I am very pleased with that. They also kind of match the original book color scheme as well. Okay, the next thing I see in here is a tote bag. I love tote bags. I cannot get enough of tote bags. I know I've probably got too many. I love the shape of this one though. I love how wide this one is. I have become a huge fan of wide tote bags. Like, don't get me wrong, long and narrow tote bags aren't bad, but I think that wide tote bags are probably the best, especially when it comes to grocery shopping. And this one looks like it could be one that I would take grocery shopping, but I also don't want to ruin this design. I'm guessing that this design is based on The Glittering Court, which was another book series. Yes, oh, no, not The Glittering Court, sorry, that's the Rochelle Mead book. Yeah, I feel old because that book came out like, what, 10 years ago? The Glittering Edge tote bag. That book was a book pick of the month in FairyLoot, and I mean, yeah, it left quite the impression with the color, with the characters, with everything. I really like this tote bag design, and I am totally gonna use it. That one's so cool. Okay, the next thing I picked out of this box is a sticker set. I think this is the item I would least likely use. I'm not much of a scrapbooker. I do like using journals, but these days I use journals for affirmations, and that's pretty much it. Well, also I do use journals to jot down notes for my book ideas and stuff, but this sticker sheet's pretty cool. Oh, 2 sticker sheets. Look at that. I like how the sticker sheets here kind of also match the aesthetic of the original cover of the book pick of the month as well. I am digging that. Oh, we have this book belongs to stickers and everything, and a bunch of dragons. Yeah, I'm digging that. I really love dragons. I don't know why, I'm just really digging dragons. I mean, I know why. I know why. Like, my first ever male main character is a dragon deck. I don't need to explain that. I think that anybody who is a Romantasy fan is a dragon fan. The next thing I see in this box seems to be a TBR tin. I feel like I would have made much more use out of this when I was reading more often. I am now writing more often. However, this is a very smart idea for those who are wanting something like this to keep them accountable and they cannot find their next book. I actually used to do a TBR jar challenge on my channel that was probably around like 9 or 10 years ago at this point. I enjoyed doing that, but I stopped doing it because I became such a mood reader. I don't know, that's just me personally, but anybody who likes this concept and wants to be challenged to read spontaneously, this is for them. So it kind of works like a coin jar. I do like this. I could actually use this as a coin jar. But the front of the tin says books to read, an adventure awaits, and then the side kind of looks like a book spine, and then here on the back we got a book that says once upon a time. I do like that. I like this concept very much. I think that it's a very cute tin. Just notice that like almost everything in this box is like some sort of purple. This is a faded purple, that's a faded purple. These are a purple that border on brown, and then this is more of like a vibrant purple. I am liking the purple usage, especially because I am a huge purple fan. I mean, look at my nails. It came in perfect time. And I mean, look, if I didn't wait this long to film the video, then my nails would have been green. Okay, I see overlays. I think overlays are a new thing. I mean, look, obviously I should be paying attention. I think overlays are just gonna be a regular thing within the FairyLoot YA boxes going forward. And I mean, I'm not mad about that. Is that incentive for me to keep subscribed? I'm not sure. Honestly, I need to put money to my author fund. So like, I need to unsubscribe to something. But I do love these illustrations. My goodness, check them out. They're so cute. So this is based on the book pick of the month. Oh, there seems to be like a big cast of characters in this one, and I'm digging that. I think that's really cool. I think we're following multiple character storylines because all these characters are looking quite different. And I mean, I initially wanted to stay subscribed for this one because I do like the gothic dark academia vibes that I've been getting from the marketing material. So I know that there is the tarot card set left before the book. I've just noticed that we're no longer doing those bags as well. We have the Hierophant and the Empress. Ooh, did Avondale Art illustrate these? I think Avondale Art might have illustrated. Oh boy, hiccup, hiccup. Yes, Avondale Art did illustrate these. Okay, so this set features Ren as the Empress card and August as the Hierophant card. These characters are obviously from the book pick of the month because they have been doing that for quite some time. And honestly, I'm not mad about that because I mean, anything to keep it moving, but also I do like to visualize the characters. Anyway, so we've come to the book pick of the month. I have seen a glimpse of this special edition, but I have not looked at it in detail. So the book pick of the month, yeah, just enough to make me feel a little bit conflicted because I did like the original cover, is Immortal Consequences by Ivy Marie. So now I'm gonna look at this in person. I'm gonna look at it directly, and you know what? It's growing on me. I think when I saw the color scheme, like I usually love this color scheme. I usually love this blue with this red, these oranges, like this lit up cathedral-esque aesthetic. I usually really love. It's just I felt conflicted because I also like the original cover. So that's why initially I was like, oh, maybe a disappointment, but as I look at it, I stare deeply into it. I actually really like it. Now, I'm a little devastated that it's not the original. However, it's a beautiful variation. This is definitely a very beautiful variation. Check those pages out. These pages are gorgeous. I am convinced that I didn't actually look at those pages the first time I saw this cover. I literally just like looked at this cover for maybe 2 seconds on my feed and that was it. Someone spoiled it and I was like, oh, like I like that illustration, but it's not the original and that's why I feel a little sad. But this looks really beautiful. Like, I'm actually really happy that I have this one. We got a quote on the back that says, 6 rivals, 1 victor. Eternity is only the beginning. Ooh, okay, I'm digging that. Oh, I love this aesthetic. I love this aesthetic that we've got going on here on the end page art. Oh, we do have the original cover, but a changed colorway. A changed colorway that I do feel conflicted about. I think that we could have gone for like a deeper purple or maybe a red. I don't know. This color is just not giving gothic dark academia aesthetic. Personal, that's just my personal opinion. I do love this cover. I do love the original cover. It's just the colorway I feel like doesn't suit the aesthetic that I personally picture. Or maybe like a deeper blue. I don't know. I just think that the teal just doesn't work, but that is okay. However, I do think that this works. I think that this color right here is similar to the original cover. I think that it works. I adore this patterning. Oh my goodness. And then we've got, oh, we've got a quote on the back here that says, you are the reapers of lost souls, the bright light guiding them to eternal slumber. And without you, the afterlight would fall into oblivion. Ooh, okay. There are high stakes and immortal consequences. Haha. But okay. I'm gonna see if the other side has some more. Yes, we've got some more in-page art. I mean, if you're gonna have like 6 characters, I am gonna want to see all 6 characters on the end pages. And we've got the first 2 on the other side, and then we got these 4 here. So yeah, overall, a very beautiful special edition. I actually like the special edition more than I thought I was going to, and that's purely because like at first, yeah, like I judged the book by its cover, but very, very, very briefly. Now looking at it, I'm very impressed with the way that it looks personally. I think my one gripe of it is that the original book design on the reverse just doesn't have the right colorway in my personal opinion. And speaking of dark academia, I love this because we've got one of those book picks for FairyLoot Adult Fantasy. Now this has got to be one of my most anticipated releases of the year. I am so looking forward to this. I love that through my research of my Sleeping Beauty reimagining, I just so happened to learn the title of this book. I know that sounds dumb, but like hear me out. I'm pretty sure not everybody uses this word in regular conversation. I saw the title reveal and I remember seeing the first time I saw the title reveal, someone had said, yay, I know nothing of this word, but I am so looking forward to this book. Like, we're so down for it. We're going crazy for it. It was actually through the research I did for my Sleeping Beauty reimagining that I came to understand the concept of this book. And I swear I got 20 times more pumped for this book than ever before after doing my research about Calabasas. Yes! I'm probably not pronouncing it right. I did spoil the book, and honestly, like, if you didn't get that it was going to be that book from this theme, See You in Hell, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I have been hearing that this special edition is not as good as the Illumicrate special edition, and I truly felt like I should have gotten the Illumicrate special edition, but I do have the Waterstones exclusive edition, and I really love the look of that one. So I'm curious about this very beautiful FairyLoot special edition. I'm not gonna lie, I do like the black. I do prefer the black because Calabasas is quite the dark descent, you know? But I am still pumped to look at this because I still think that it looks gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Okay, it does look gorgeous. I will give it that. Not what I envisioned for a special edition of Calabasas, but still pretty nonetheless. I mean, then again, it is quite on brand for FairyLoot to go lighter with R.F. Kuang's books based on Babel. I can see why they went with this direction. It's not my favorite colorway. I do prefer the original. However, it's very pretty. I think that I would like this colorway better if the story was not about Calabasas, if that makes sense. But it's still very pretty. Like, I love this rose gold. And then we've got a quote on the back here that says, Alice Law, you naughty girl, you're trying to go to hell. Okay, that sounds like a spicy quote. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's deeper than that. I do like these edges though. I personally love the Waterstones exclusive edition edges because I love the staircase aesthetic we got going on. We have staircases, but then we've got this stained glass window up there. We've got a sculpture here, and then we've got a bookshelf here. I do like this. I definitely reckon they went into a nice direction there. And then we've got some end page art, which does not look too bad. I think that that looks really cool. And then, ooh, whoa. Okay, this naked hardback looks really cool. It looks awesome. I do feel a little devastated that I did not get the Illumicrate special edition now after seeing just how like dark it looks. Like I was expecting like maybe a darker aesthetic with this book only because of its subject matter, but I do like the polarity between the edition I have and this one. Maybe eventually Illumicrate will reprint for that slipcase. And then, oh, I'm gonna show you this reverse dust jacket, which looks pretty cool. I kind of wanted to see something darker for this. I do like the polarity of the original here, but yeah, it's just looking pretty pale over there. I guess maybe they might be in like a shadow realm, the sleeping world rather than the waking world, maybe, who knows. And then here we've got, ooh, whoa, it's like they're upside down. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. So what I initially heard about this book was that it was going to be a dark academia romance story. However, the title implies that it is going to be a much more serious and sinister, dark, descending journey. Oh, I'm so excited. I love the concept of catabasis where the character goes through hell and comes out better and stronger. And oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm just obsessed with this concept because I'm putting my protagonist through it in a series I'm so passionate about, dang it. But I feel like this is gonna be inspiration fuel, honestly. I am so looking forward to catabasis. This is definitely one of my most anticipated reads of the year. And I honestly still cannot believe that we went from the Poppy War to this. Like, I love the Poppy War trilogy. It's really difficult for me to remember that they are from the same author. Like, R.F. Kuang has been writing so many different stories over the last few years. It is kind of ridiculous, but like in the best way possible. Oh my goodness, does she have range? She has range. I love the Poppy War trilogy, I really do. And funnily enough, this is the only series I've read from her. I do have Babel on my shelves. Have I read it? No, I have not. This, however, seems more up my alley, and I feel like it is definitely a timely story concept for me, for sure. I don't know, I feel like this was a subconscious manifestation as a result of what I've been researching and all that stuff, etc. Anyway, I'm gonna move on, but I'm really excited about this. This was also one of those situations where I did briefly glimpse at the very beautiful special edition, and I thought, okay, well, it's not as good as the others that I've seen. And I mean, look, colorway, probably my least favorite. However, it still has something to offer. I'm not disappointed by it. I think my one gripe with it is probably gonna be the art. I just kind of wanted to see a little bit more darkness from the art, but I love the polarity of this special edition dust jacket. I love these pages. I think that this page concept, even though I do prefer the Waterstones exclusive edition page set, I think that this still looks very great. Overall, I do love this special edition. It's probably not the best special edition of all of them that I've seen. However, I am satisfied and I'm happy to add it to my collection. Okay, FairyLoot YA. Now, I am... Wait, no, this is my prop box. This is my prop box. So I've got my FairyLoot YA here. This is probably gonna be one of the last FairyLoot YA unboxings that I am going to do. I don't know if I mentioned in the previous segment that I am close to unsubscribing, and that's purely because I want to start saving in my author fund. And also, when it comes to the series of the book picks of the month, I am noticing that I am less inclined to pick them up when they are available on the Fairy Trove, as opposed to anything else. I find that with some of the Romantasy picks, I will continue on with the series, and some of the adult picks I will, but with FairyLoot YA, I don't know, I just don't tend to prioritize them as much. I am renewing for October as well, because I believe that I really want the book pick. Yes, I remember what the book pick of the month is for October. I definitely want that one, and I definitely wanted this one as well. I initially pre-ordered the Waterstones exclusive edition for this, but I decided to cancel my pre-order because I just had a feeling that maybe FairyLoot would do a better job. And in terms of the Waterstones exclusive edition, the only differentiating feature that it had from the original standard edition is just a block sprayed edge. And so that's when I thought, okay, I'm not going to be spending like 50 Australian dollars on this one book, or maybe 60, I don't know, it really depends on the conversion rate at the time. I am just going to get it in my FairyLoot, and I'm just going to get one copy of it. So I hope that this one was worth it. Spoilery card, oh, that's such gorgeous art. Oh, it very much reminds me of the original cover of the book. A Midnight Promise is the theme for the month. So the first thing I see in here is... oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Now, I believe that anyone, especially any new adult reader, new adult romantasy reader in my position would be happy about this. And this is gonna make me sound horrible. This is part of a series that I once upon a time did love, and you know what? There are parts of the series I still do love, but right now I'm really fatigued. I don't want to blame TikTok and BookTok, but TikTok/BookTok did play a part in its resurgence and the fandom getting bigger, and as a result of the fandom getting bigger, the fandom started to become toxic. So every single time I find myself engaging with this fandom, I feel deflated. And it has unfortunately tainted this book series for me in a way. I mean, I still have my special moments with this book series in general, but I never thought I would ever say this. Okay, so I have an ACOTAR themed mug. Me saying that after what I just said is probably enough for you guys to click away. But if you can, hear me out. This series meant so much to me once upon a time, and it still does mean a lot to me. It influences me as a writer for sure. But I think after the last book, I finally realized, okay, the last book triggered me as well as kept me, because I really loved Nesta's journey. I so deeply and heavily resonate with her story, and Cassian is absolutely perfect. If there is a fictional character that reminds me of my husband, it is Cassian. I love their love story in that book so much. That book, A Court of Silver Flames, helped me get help. It was through that book that I realized that I couldn't do life alone. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get emotional if I keep talking about it. But anyway, I just noticed the toxicity of the characters that we came to know and love in the first series, and it does rub me the wrong way, because when people talk about ACOTAR, they talk about, you know, the main series and stuff. And I have a hot take about a very beloved character who I felt was really toxic in that book, and it really triggered me, as well as feeling some sort of religious culty vibes from the inner circle in general. And I mean, look, based on my experience growing up in religion and growing up in a mega church, it just gave me those vibes, and that's why I do kind of feel set off by the final book, as well as the fandom doing the shipping wars and everything. I'm like, oh my goodness. I don't know if anyone can have a conversation about the series without clashing heads at some point. It's a very interesting situation. I also feel this way with the Crescent City series, not necessarily as triggered by the Crescent City series. I feel like with Crescent City, I loved the first book, but then as we continued on with the series, actually no, I am quite annoyed at the final book, because there was a plot point that was teased in the second book that went absolutely nowhere in Crescent City 3. It just... That all being said, Throne of Glass is still my first love. I still like this world. However, I just ask that if you watch me, please don't hate me. These are just my opinions based on my experience reading the series. I do not judge anybody who likes this series, and I try my best not to judge people who enable the toxicity of that one popular character in the final book. But anyway, that's just how I see it. See, a big reason why I am detaching myself from this fandom, the discourse, and everything is because, personally, I am just trying to live a much more positive life. This series brings the negative side out of me, because I do not agree with every single thing that happens in this series. I am emotionally attached to this series because I read it 10 years ago, when my brain was still developing. That is why it does, you know, set me off, and I am trying to detach my feelings from it. Now, if I read it much later in life, that's a different story. Anyway, I've taken up too much of my camera memory talking about this one mug. It is a very beautiful mug, and I will give it that. I do really love the design. I love the art so much. I know this artist. It's Gianni Philly. Oh, I love them. Okay, so I can appreciate it for that aspect for sure. It's just at the end of the day, this series and the discourse around it does throw off my frequency, and I need to stop giving it power. I really need to stop giving it power over my emotions. Beautiful mug though, beautiful mug. Also, I don't understand why this mug is in the YA box. FairyLoot, I'm clocking that. The next thing I see in this box, thankfully, an item from a fandom that does make me happy. We've got a tea light holder. Ooh, oh, it's like one of these little things. That is so pretty. Okay, so, oh no, it go like this on top of the tea light. And then here, we got these little symbols. It's like a candle carousel, but for a tea light. So yeah, so you put a little tea light in here and then it will spin around. I have received these from different book subscription services before, and I do like this kind of item. Okay, so we've got this little metal symbol there. Oh, that's cute. And then, so we got 2 of each. We have a fox. Oh, that's so smart. Okay, so we've got one symbol that represents, was it Jax? I'm trying to remember. I love this series so much. And then one that represents Evangeline. Oh, I miss this series so much. Actually, I just dropped that. It felt very nostalgic while I was reading it. I think that's why people like the Caraval series. I personally did not love the Caraval series, but I loved Once Upon a Broken Heart. I just didn't really resonate with Caraval as much. I just didn't resonate with the main characters, but Evangeline, for some reason, I really connected with. But yeah, very cute item there. The next item I see is a One Dark Window tarot holder album. Now this is interesting. I like the tarot bag that I received in FairyLoot's subscription a while back. It's very beautiful. I do like this. Ooh, the Nightmare. The Twin Alders. Interesting. I do also appreciate this like little tarot design that we've got going on here. I would probably use this for like smaller prints because I do have a tarot bag from FairyLoot. But still, this is very pretty, very gorgeous. I do like that. I do appreciate that. It's actually giving me vibes of the series that I'm writing as well, which is really cool. Overall, very impressed. I love this aesthetic. This is very weird. We've got 3 different aesthetics going on here, whereas with the August box, from what I remember, there was just an overwhelming theme of purple. We got pink, we got the light of Starfall, and then we've got the darkness of One Dark Window. Interesting stuff. And then we've got some overlays of the book pick of the month, as well as the tarot set. I think I'm gonna grab the tarot set first and foremost. So the tarot set that we got here is the Chariot. Interesting stuff. And the Lovers. There are 3 characters here. Why didn't they put the, oh, maybe it's a love triangle. Okay, that makes sense. And then we've got overlays, which I'm excited to look at. Now, I am very much a fan of this author because I read the first book in their first series. It just so happened to blow up, Daughter of the Moon Goddess. Oh my goodness, these are gorgeous. I wish FairyLoot provided overlays for all of their books, including their adult books, because this is a big reason why I'm like a little bit devastated at the idea of unsubscribing to this subscription, even though I know that I'm probably not gonna collect all the series from this subscription. I just really want overlays with my adult fantasy and romantasy books. The book pick of the month has a very interesting take. I feel a little conflicted when I see minimal foiling. So the book pick of the month is Never Ever After. And oh, okay, this cover is growing on me. I was thinking, why did they have white font when they could have foiled it? I would have wanted to see that. However, it does go very well with these colors. I think overall, these colors are gorgeous. I do love the original cover. Like, I adore the original cover. I'm actually feeling a little conflicted that I did not keep my Waterstones order for the original cover. However, this right here beats the block sprayed edge for sure. Oh, look at that. Oh, so gorgeous. I also am very impressed with this end page art as well. And then this naked heart. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, I don't like that. I do not like this green with that pink. Like, don't get me wrong, I love green and pink, but this green, it is kind of giving matcha. It is kind of giving matcha, and I don't mind matcha. I think that's what they were trying to go for, and I mean, matcha, Dubai chocolate, whatever it is. I'm not the biggest fan of this color unless it's on food. But if we look past that, look at that naked hardback. Oh, it is spectacular. It is glorious. It is everything. Beautiful foiling overall. I am impressed with the naked hardback and the front dust jacket. Not really the reverse. I do love this original cover. I do. But I do not like those colors together. I think that those colors do clash. I think that having a pink like this and having a blue like that, all of this goes well together. The reverse dust jacket, however, in my opinion though, is my opinion. Oh man, I do not want to see that. I don't mind these greens with these yellows. I think that they go very well here. I love, love, love this foiling. I do slightly regret canceling my Waterstones order. However, I'm not really losing sleep over it. I'm gonna have to make this last one quick because I am already behind schedule due to that ACOTAR rant, that is for sure. I've got my FairyLoot Romantasy book pick of the month. Now this one I actually did pre-order from Waterstones, and I did keep my order because I loved those pages. I really did, and I wanted to see what FairyLoot came up with for this design. I just noticed that so many of FairyLoot September book picks everybody was looking for. I honestly reckon that September and October, they tend to be the blockbuster months for sure. Molded by Iron is the theme of the month, and I'm gonna put that down, and ooh, oh, that's interesting. So I'm getting a little bit of a teaser of what the cover looks like. I'm not gonna say it's bad already. I'm at least happy that I got both variations of this book based on that. So here I've got Metal Slinger as the book pick of the month. Now I am loving that purple. Okay, what interests me about this cover is that we've got the male protagonist here. Does this book follow the male? Because I'm pretty sure that this book follows a female protagonist, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, I think that the character covers are pretty cool. I am just quite taken aback only because I had a certain assumption about this book, but I could be wrong. I could indeed be wrong. So let me show you this dust jacket in all of its glory. It is very pretty. I do like the original cover, and I am happy that I've got the original cover in my possession for sure. I don't know where that one went. Well, I was packing books away in my library yesterday, so I might have put it on a certain shelf. I can't spot it for some reason, but I do have it. I promise I do have it. I have the Waterstones exclusive edition, and oh my goodness, I was blown away, especially by the edges. Oh, those edges are very pretty as well. But we got a quote on the back here that says, "You're kind of beautiful when you lie," and I like that quote. I think that that quote is also on the original one as well. And then we've got a very beautiful purple edge there. I really love purple, as you can see, so I am quite pleased with the direction in terms of colors. Ooh, okay, so we've got our crew here. Interestingly, we've got a group of 3, but then one separated here. I would picture her as the protagonist, so I'm a little confused, but that is okay. We got a little bit of a ship aesthetic going on there. I don't know why, but I feel like, so this is the colorway variant on the other side. I just kind of feel like maybe FairyLoot intended for this side to be foiled or something, because that font right there, the lettering, it looks like something is missing from that lettering. Unless, of course, they got the cover files from the publisher, and then they were like, well, okay, we need to print this somehow, but we can't print it with foiling. And then it just so turned out to look half finished. I don't know. I just feel like with a sword like that, like something here needs to be foiled. Something here needs to be foiled for sure. But that is okay. We've got the same quote on this side as well that I just showed you. And then we've got a beautiful naked hardback. I am going to sneeze. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Okay, there we go. Very gorgeous stuff. Yes, we got more. We've got more art here of more characters, and I love that. I love getting to see a cool cast and crew, and that is what this book series has by the looks of it. I think that this book might be signed. Okay, no, we've got a letter from the author with a signature, which I think is quite the normal thing for FairyLoot to do these days. Overall, I do like this special edition. This is tough because I love the customizations inside. I especially love the end-page art, and I love the pages. However, I think I do like the original cover better in a way, but I still like the fact that I have this. Like, I still would feel FOMO if I didn't have this one in my collection, if that makes sense. I do like both of them, and I think I like the edges better on the Waterstones exclusive edition. However, I really do like this. Naked hardback is definitely the best feature. I do like the naked hardback on the Waterstones exclusive edition, especially because it has blue foiling, but overall I think that the naked hardback on this one stands out. I guess that's gonna be it for this video today, book lovers. If you happen to stay to the end of the video, leave me the purple heart emoji. I've been using the purple heart emoji a lot, I know, these days, but I just love purple, and we just unboxed a purple book. We got purple nails. I just love purple, so please leave a purple emoji down there if you stayed till the end. Thank you. And if you just so happen to enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already. Joined the amazing community of book lovers. And I also have social medias. I'm at author Gianna Jones on TikTok and Instagram if you want to follow me there for some more bookish content. And finally, if you would like to donate to my author fund, the GoFundMe link is down in the description for you to do so, and all public proceeds will be added to the acknowledgement section of any book that this fund touches. Your support is very much appreciated. Thank you. I love you, book lovers, and I will see you later. Peace.
Started out with half and I flipped it into double. Started out with half and I flipped it into double.